Now, so hello all, welcome to our meeting. I try to meet with you guys when I have the time, mostly on Sundays. We couldn't meet last week. I think my daughter had a game, so that was why I didn't meet. I didn't, host this. However, the weeks prior to this, we had tried to see if we can load what do you call it, the large language models on our system, and we were able to download a few things which we are going to check out here. So I know most of practically all of you, I guess, are joining for the first time. This is not like the normal people that used to come. So you guys know what large language models are, right? ChatGPT and all that. Do you have anything you want to ask? Maybe you want to know more.
Yes, Ricky, I know what the I don't know about the other guys on the call.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for that feedback. All right. So we'll start by downloading a few things. Let me just get them ready so that we. So one of the things we're going to download is called AnythingLLM. Let me see. So the URL is useanything.com. So the last time we had this call, we actually downloaded it. So if you click here, I hope you can see. Oh, my head must be blocking. Let me just remove my head and show the slide. So you click on any of these places like here to download. Then you can choose which machine you are using. So there's for Mac, if you're using Apple Silicon, or if you're using the Mac that has Intel microprocessor. Then we have this one for Windows. So you just click it and install it. I did it the last time. Then the next thing you need to install is called LM Studio. Again, you check which one to download. Either you're using Mac or you're using Windows. Again, you just click and install. That's just what is here. All right. So is anybody following me and he wants to do it, or I should just continue? So if you install LM Studio, this is what you see. So there are quite a number of open source large language models that are. So I'm hearing an echo. Let me just mute the person. If I need you guys to talk, then you can unmute it. So this is the recent one. I think this is by Google DeepMind. I read it last week or so that they have open source this one. So I read it last week or 2 weeks ago that this was open source. So the idea is that under LM Studio, you can just download that here. And then that one downloads to your machine. And yeah, and it works. It just Then you can chat with it. It takes a while to download, so depending on how big your machine is, so I just took the liberty of downloading one. Usually what I used to do is I would do all the installation so that everybody is watching. But when I discovered that to download the model can take some time, I just did it, even though it didn't take as long as I was scared it was going to. One thing why people like LM Studio is that when you come to search, usually some of the best models are called Mistral. I think Mistral is a French group that's making it. So you just search and it'll show you all the Mistral models that are found in Hugging Face. I don't know if you can see anything here. Let me see whether I can enlarge it. This is, my enlarging tool is not working here. However, one thing I like LM Studio, because the last time we did it, we were worried about whether our machine can take it. I'm running OBS to record it. If you know anything about Chrome draws too much RAM and memory. So I was worried. But the good thing with LM Studio now is it will show you if your equipment can handle it. So it's telling me here estimated RAM capacity is 15 gigabytes, which is true. And then it's telling me that estimated VRAM capacity is 6 gigabytes and so on and so forth. So out of all the Mistral that we have here, it's showing me the ones that would work for me. So if I go and say I want something higher, it might warn me. And then show me how heavy it is. So this is 3 gigabytes. And this is these are all 333. This is the one I downloaded. So you can see it's written here downloaded. This is the one that I have here that's been completed. So the good thing is that you can have several models depending on which one comes out. I haven't had so much good news about this Gemma, the 2B Instruct, but there are several others I would love to try. Like if you code a lot, maybe you will love this wizard coder here. I've heard a lot about it. And then Code Llama, the 7 billion instruct, the 7B instruct. It requires 8 gigabytes of RAM plus of RAM. And it just hits this download here and it goes. Then the thing you can do is to go to a chatbot. I mean, go to the chat interface here. This looks so much like ChatGPT. And you select it here. This is where my model is. I have only one model anyway, so select it here and let's wait for it to just recognize it. So you can see it's even showing me how much RAM it's using. Okay, it's using about 4 gigabytes. I hope I have up to that. So I can say, tell me a joke. Anyway, I've asked it before and it was telling me some dry jokes. So why don't, okay, let's see what's going to write now. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. I don't know. Is that funny? And this one says, why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. My screen is not clear. Who else can see my screen?
I can see your screen, but it's actually not. There's a way you can zoom in. It's actually we can't.
Not readable.
Sorry?
You can see your screen, but it's not readable.
Oh
It
dear.
seems that it's blur.
This is the problem with yeah, I can see it's blurred there. It's clear on my recording screen. Another thing I'm worried for, I'm wondering if it's not the fact that it's hogging my RAM too much. I thought 16 gigabytes was good, but after I started playing with LLMs, I discovered that it's not. So none of you can see this joke it wrote here. I really don't know how to change that. All right, let me see. I'll have to cut this part. What if you zoom on my projection now on the, can you see anything? If you click on my image, let me see how am I even describing this? Can you see me now as I'm talking to you guys? Can you see me? So,
Yes, please.
so if you expand my projection, can you see the screen? Or is it still blurred? So let's try and make it clear for everybody. Is this one better?
Yes, it's better.
This one is better. Okay, let me see. What about now? Can you read anything?
I can't see it clearly, but small.
Yeah, it's small, right?
Yes.
Sorry about that. And I don't know how to. Where's my F11? Nope. The function F11. Nothing is expanding. Is it F10? My mouse has stopped moving. I don't know why.
Maybe touch the pot.
Yeah, I mean, that's the F10 key, but I don't know why it's not moving. I used to share this and it's clearer. Anyway, I've been thinking that I will switch to Zoom instead of this Meet.
Maybe if it's possible to zoom it, I think that would be the best.
Yeah, that's why I've been trying to. The Control Plus Plus is not working on the app.
Okay.
Maybe the app doesn't have that capability. All right, so let's move to anything LLM. I've already installed it. this was what we played around with the last time we were with Anything LLM.
Okay.
Let's create a new workspace. So can you guys see anything here? Is it clear?
No, it's not clear, but we can continue since you are recording it. Maybe later we'll go through it.
Yeah, I think the recording software, I can see it is clearer there than what I'm zooming to you guys.
Okay, then we can go on, I guess.
Yeah, sorry about that. So this is Anything LLM. Let me see, how do I... These are the past charts that we did with it. Yep, where this is a vector database. I'm looking for is it Llama? What's the name of that one? So I want to start a server from LM Studio. So I'll come to this left-hand side and you can change this port number, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. I'll leave the settings the way it is, then I'll start the server. So once I start the server, I'll just copy this HTTP here up to version 1. Sorry, you guys can't see it. And then I will come here and paste it. Then we're loading available modules here. Is this in my server?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
It is not showing me all the modules. Why? Let me check. Aha, this is what I didn't select as well. Okay. So let's come here. Let's paste that. I'm having a bit of problems here. Okay. Four oh 96. Save changes. Save changes. Vector database. That's the one I have. All right, so let's go to the chat here. Sorry. All right. Tell me a joke. I didn't spell the joke correctly, huh? But let me see if he's going to get it. Can you guys see what I wrote?
No.
I told you to tell me a joke. So you see, it corrected my spelling. It understands what I'm saying. But it's if you have been testing these things all the time, it's the same joke all of them trying to tell. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. The same kind of joke thing. So do you guys have any test questions you want to? So what's happening here? I'm connecting to what do you call it? LM Studio through this place. And if I want, I can also connect it to my VS Code and I can start coding with it.
Okay.
Which is the next thing I will do now. I'll just fire up my VS Code and then we play around with that one.
Yeah.
Some of these things I've not tested them. I just decided so that I will just be messing up here. I'm not very ready for this. I just try it here in the presence of everybody so that you can see all the problems we're trying to tackle. Maybe it's not good. Sorry? Tayo Shakiru.
Yes, sir. Please,
Yeah.
I was trying to follow you, but I got lost. I was unable to ask question and I couldn't get the question well.
Have you downloaded the model?
Yes.
Well, if you can't follow this completely, you can just stick to LM Studio because it's the same thing I did on LM Studio. Did you copy this URL here? I just wish I could make this larger. Shakiru,
Yes, I copy it.
you did all this?
No, I don't because it seems that you are fast enough. I was not able to get it.
Okay. But if you can use the LM Studio itself, only that, you can still get the same thing.
Okay.
For now, for mine, because I'm running the server, I cannot chat with it. Because I'm running the server so that you can connect to my anything LLM. They are very lightweight, you can play around with them. But maybe let me do the Visual Studio and maybe you'll be able to catch up with that one.
Right.
So let me just fire up Visual Studio. Sorry about that. Where are you? I think with Visual Studio now I can enlarge it, right? So let me remove my head. So let me go to, where's my desktop? I mean, I could use anything else. I don't have to go to desktop, do I? So I already have some things here on open interpreter. So I'll just open this place and just forget what I have here. It doesn't really matter. What matters now is I'm going to start a new file and I'll call it what now? LLM app.py. And I just give you, yes, no. Create file. So what we're going to do, let me see, I'm going to import open, good. Okay, I have it here. So if I didn't have it, I would have had to install it. So I'm going to just do a creative function here. I'm going to call it chat with, yeah, I could have said that, LLM. Yeah, it is, I don't know which, I have a code completer here. I don't know where I got it from. I don't even know which one is here. Every time I'm in VS Code, it just gives me, it just completes my codes for me. I don't know which one I got. It's a free, it's free. And I don't know how to discover which it is. Anyway, so here I have, I'm going to call it chat with LLM. And you can see it's giving me, I'm actually very surprised. It's giving me completions. I don't know where I got this from. So all I need to do
That's
now
how
is,
Visual Studio work.
no, this is more than Visual Studio. I think I've installed Cody, I've installed, I can't even remember which one. Anyway, but here I will need, let me put chat completion here. I just need to give you some chat completion, create, I'll use model here. Which model do I use? Sorry, can you guys see? This is good, right?
Yes.
I'll just call it something GPT, even though I'm not using 4.06. So comma is there. Let me just remove these ones. Messages. So I'll put a dictionary inside. And I'm gonna, oh, sorry. Row. User. I'll use the word content here as prompt. I think that's all I'll put here. Yeah, I can leave that. Then I'll use return here. Response dot choices. Yep, that's correct. Is that correct? Yep. So what I'm going to do is I want it to be an app that can run by itself, and as usual, it's giving me everything I need. So I'm going to say while, I'm going to create a while loop here. Well, nope, not you. Capital T. While true. User input. Yep, that's correct. If correct, if user underscore input. Let me use lowercase. Not that in yep, that is good. So I like to so you said this is strictly okay, yeah, this is good. Let me also add by just in case the user is lazy. Okay, I thought somebody wanted to join. If user is this by, okay, sorry, I need to delete this one. Then we break because we're done. We'll type response. Yep, that's correct. Chatbot response, that is correct. Print. So I like this autocomplete. So as usual, we'll go to LM Studio and we'll pick this localhost version 1. So I'll just copy it. Let's see how far it goes. So what we need to do is just to run this. All right, can you guys see what is writing here?
Yes, I think we can see it.
What is the capital of Nigeria? That's what that's going to respond. It refused to work. What is here?
So you try to access OpenAI.
Yes,
Chat.
that was a bypass. You know, one of the reasons why I don't like some of these models, they just change something. So maybe they changed something. So you can't see. What I wanted to do is to access my base. I don't want to use my API key. Am I supposed to put API here? That will not be.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to use. Let's try again. Let me see. What I will do now, I'll copy the error and put it on ChatGPT.
Okay, to correct it.
Let me see if that will work. Okay, yeah, I think that's the problem. They are saying I can use an older version. So maybe I can try that. Let me just try using the older version. Let's see. It's not a bad thing. Control C. Let me see how this one works. Let me use the older. I think I got this from an older model. So let me try it. All right. So can I run this guy? Let's see. All right. So what is the capital of Nigeria? Still giving me an error. It wants me to use my OpenAI.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not accepting my shortcut. And Apple AI, they've changed their. Let me just. Let's use ChatGPT. Let's use ChatGPT. Let's see if we can get to the root of the problem. If you are paying for ChatGPT and you use it for querying, they're insisting I must use my OpenAI. Did I? So that means they probably have blocked this way of using this. Because this one worked a couple of months ago, even though I've not tried it in this way.
Maybe they were testing it to know if it will be effective.
It's possible. It's possible. Because now OpenAI is, ChatGPT won't give me the solution. Let me try Copilot. It might give me the same. This one even refused to answer me. Okie dokie. Where's my? So I think it requires I don't why the reason why I did this is because I wanted us to try a local what do you call it model on our laptop, not to use ChatGPT who would chop all our money. Let's see. But I can copy the whole of this and drop it in ChatGPT. Let's see what it tells me. So it's telling me everything is all right except the beginning. So actually, this is actually one of my problems I have with some of these models. You have to keep playing around; they'll just change something. So I probably have to look for another workaround apart from this one to see how to use it on my VS Code. But at least we were able to get. I was able to do the two AnythingLLM. I was able to connect from that to this one. Can I enlarge this? No, can't make it larger. You guys can't see what I'm typing. It's not large. And this one, unless I stop this server, I can't use the chat here. What is the capital of Nigeria? It's a bit slow, so I'm sure my resources are slowing down. But usually the larger models will be slower. But I think I need to upgrade I need to buy 64 gigs of RAM to install here so that my speed goes up. What is the capital of Niger? So it's even showing me the number of tokens I'm spending. But of course, this one is free, so. All right, so let me go back here. Sorry? Let me try what I'm seeing here. Right? Let's try what I just picked from here. Let me see whether this will work. Let's see. Let me open another one. New file. So can you guys see how he did this one? So we can steal a few things from here. Let me come here. Okay. So I'm stealing the code here. I'm pasting it here. Let me see. Let me see. Client.chat completions. I'm going to carry this one. Let me do a mixture of what they have and what I wanted to do. Let me see. Sorry. So I will delete this one. And then I'll delete this one, right? So let me try this one. Let me see. It's still having problems. So let me upgrade my OpenAI. Let me put this flag here. So I just upgraded OpenAI again. Yeah, good. So let me run this. Let me just try that. Let me see. Okay. What is the capital of Kenya? So it has worked, right? So what I did was I just copied their own code and I used it. The code that LM Studio had. I just modified it. I just mixed it with my own, and actually wasn't too sure what I was doing, but it kind of worked. Is Kenya in the Americas? Kenya is in Africa. Where is Africa? So what do you guys think? At least it worked. Do you guys have any questions you want us to throw at it? It's calculating how to answer this question. But if you guys have something else you can throw at it, we can. Okay, this is a long one. Africa is a continent located on the northern and western hemispheres, whatever that means. Atlantic Ocean to the north. Atlantic Ocean to the north? Is that correct? The Indian Ocean to the east. Yes, that's correct. And the Mediterranean Sea to the south. Nope. The Mediterranean Sea is what separates Europe and Africa. Atlantic Ocean is where that's around Lagos, right? I don't even know where the Atlantic Ocean starts. So I don't know whether in South Africa. I know the Indian Ocean runs down Kenya side, down like that. So I don't know whether it ends in where it ends in South Africa, where the Indian Ocean ends. So it's not too correct. The African continent has 54 recognized. That is a good way to say it, because we actually have 55 countries, but one is not really recognized. There's one country called Somaliland also. It's part of Somalia, but Somalia is not a strong country, so they form their own country, but nobody recognizes them. But I'm hearing that Ethiopia wants to recognize them because they need their Ethiopia is landlocked. They don't have a papa, as it were. So they need, so they have in Djibouti, but I'm sure they also want to be able to go down to Somaliland, which is bordering them. So that is correct. I don't know how wide Africa is, but the Atlantic to the north is wrong. Mediterranean Sea to the south is wrong. So, well, it's not a very strong model. There are stronger models out there, but you may have to play around with that when you don't have too many things running, or if you're sure you have enough memory. But yeah, at least this is good. This is the code. If somebody wants to to run with this. So does anybody have any questions? Something, where did you get Pete from? All right, so here we go.
Is it possible to ask it to write code for us?
Well, we can try. What kind of code do you want?
Maybe I just use simple code, a code to, let's say, to calculate the mean of a distribution.
I'm coming. I don't know why it's showing me that. How do I restart this? So where do I type now? All right, let me just type here. Let me see if it's gonna work. How do I restart this now? I don't know why it's not responding. Kill terminal and restart. All right, there we go. Uh, create a distribution using numpy rng and then provide a Python code to calculate the mean of the distribution. I'm squeezing it a bit because I've rarely seen anybody who has a code. I mean, there are, but there are very few people who create random distributions with RNG. So I'm kind of
Okay.
squeezing it a bit. I use it in my codes, but I don't even know how it works. So it's ChatGPT that gives me. When I took a course some years
That's
ago,
correct.
somebody introduced it to me, but I never understood how to play around with it myself. So now I just use ChatGPT to give me. So it's taking time to think. Like I said, because of the resources it's using.
Okay.
But let's wait and see. But like I said, there are stronger models there. If you have space in your system, if you have like 32 gigs of memory, I think you shouldn't have problems. But I want to upgrade mine to 64
Okay.
because I discovered that the bulk of my problems will be. All right, so it has generated something. Uh, so let's just pick. Why is it only okay? Cool. It actually didn't do what I asked it to do, right? It didn't use
Yes.
the RNG. Uh, but from here we can tell that it's going to work anyway. It's using np.mean, so it's going to work. But we can always run it and see. Let me just quickly go to Colab. Let me just go to Colab and see. Sorry. Today is third, right?
Yes.
Let me just put date so that I remember. So it is importing that. Sorry, it's been long. I used what do you call it? This Colab. So all I want to do now is just to see one by one what I think it's going to work, but So this is the distribution it got, and then of course I just wanted to see this output. This is the main thing I wanted to see. So I just do mean here, and well, we are hoping it's correct. Another thing we can do is we can test it on ChatGPT. Calculate distribution. Oops. I mistakenly put it, clicked enter without. Oh, sorry. You guys are not seeing what I'm doing. It's giving me 42.49. So you can see it's the same. This is the Python code it used. Yeah. This is the Python code it used. If I go back here, so it's the same answer, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same answer. 49.24. I mean, it's a simple task, but with larger and larger module. Which module did I see recently that it said it's competing with? I think it's one of the Mistral models. It's competing with GPT-4. I haven't downloaded that. It's today I did some of these downloads so that we could do it together. So I will start testing the rest, especially when I upgrade my RAM. And if you are interested in coding, which one? Okay, cool. Mistral, where are they? Let me come to the beginning here. I think this Mistral 7B instruct. There's version 1, there's version 2 here. I think they say that one is good for coding. Then this Llama Wizard Coder. Then there's Code Llama here, 7B Instruct. I think this is the one meant for coding. That is small and fast. So this might even be the one that you could try if you're interested in coding a lot. This Code Llama. So basically, for you to use it on your Visual Studio Code, you just get your LM Studio, download the module you want, and then come down here to this one of this panel here. Then you copy the code that they gave you. Then you can play around with it. But I'll post the code I used so that you can see how I did mine, because I'm not using their own directly. I had another code I had somewhere, and then as all of you can see in your presence, I just tried one or two things, and that works. So if you prefer that one, like this one, you can see it has temperature. Temperature is how bad you want it to hallucinate or how well you want it to hallucinate. So if I went to do things on coding, I think it would be wiser for us to have reduced the temperature to maybe 0.2 instead of 0.7, because with 0.7 it will be making things up. So if you want to be a storyteller, let's say invent a story, create a dialogue, then you have to increase the temperature because it will just be making things up. But if you want it to be more precise, you reduce the temperature. So I didn't try all these temperature things in the one I gave you, so I don't even know what the default temperature is. But there are other things we can check, like GPU acceleration. I actually have a GPU on this device, but I don't even know what it does, so I didn't even bother myself much about that. I need to know more as I play around with it. Like I said, today is the first time I'm actually installing LM Studio. I've done it before, but I deleted them because then the models were too big, but now that they are shrinking them, and this is even a quantized version by one guy called the Bloke. Let me see. I'm sure his name will be there. It's on Hugging Face, so it's from Hugging Face. They brought it. So when we are looking for, most people I noticed trying. This is Hugging Face here. Most people try to go to look for the one he has quantized. Everybody knows him, it seems. So the Bloke, you can see even Dolphin, Mistral, what you see is his name here. The Bloke. Most people tend to like his work. And they're all doing it for free. It's open source. So the idea behind the quantized version is to get it small enough for it to work on your system without losing too much functionality. That's what I gathered from the explanation some people give about the quantized versions. So you download all the weights to your system. So all the weights are there, or most of it. Yeah. So for me, I think we have accomplished why I said we should just come and check this. And except anybody has something else I want us to talk about. I can see some people have joined us. We have Timothy. Hi, Tim.
Hi everyone. Nice to join. Sorry I was late. I had a conflict. I didn't even think I'll make it today, but
You're here.
keep up the great work, Ricky. Learning a lot from what you're sharing. So thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
You can catch up with the videos later. If I remember to
Wonderful. We'll
bring
do
it
that.
up today. Yeah. All right. So if there are no more questions, then we can call it a night. This is about an hour, so we've tried.
Thanks so much.
Thank you all for joining, and
Have a good one.
yeah, thank you. So see maybe next week if we have the time again, we'll try and play around with something new.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Ciao.